So Pluto in Aquarius has done the thing again, and the thing that I'm specifying is that his manifestation, the crystallization of his archetypal symbolism showing up through astrology, it's showing up delayed again. I notice this every single time there is some sort of planetary interaction with Pluto in Aquarius, and I really have not been able to find literature or even other astrologers talking about this. Now, this is important to me because as somebody in my spiritual journey, spiritual alignment, a very active astrological practitioner and teacher, I'm a little obsessive compulsive. I have Virgo placements, come on guys. I'm a little obsessive compulsive about tracking when these things manifest, when they crystallize in reality. And without a doubt in my mind, transits will manifest a couple days before, and typically I will still tend to notice them, 24 hours after. After about 24 hours, I don't really notice them as much. The symbolism starts to fade away. And in traditional astrology, that's why we consider the 3-degree orb of application and separation to be when these things can show up. So needless to say, in traditional astrology, they would view a transit like we just had passed Venus opposite Pluto as showing up several days before, up to several days after. We get that whole window of 3 degrees of separation when Venus engaged with Pluto. But I noticed this earlier in the year with Mars interacting with Pluto, as well as a couple other interactions from the personal planets we had with Pluto, where he shows up really delayed. And it's really fascinating because I'm working on developing my own astrological school of thought called Lighthouse Astrology. You may be familiar with it from my videos. And we use a special dignity system that's in addition to exaltation, fall, domicile, etc., called exudation and suppression. And exudation is where the planet's the loudest, suppression is where it's the quietest and where it has the most difficult time kind of like breaking through and crystallizing. And I have gone on in my own inner debate as I'm developing this system and applying it through client practice and just regular real life observation with clients and myself. I have really decided that I feel like Pluto fits his exudation in Leo, and he's very suppressed in Aquarius because of the themes of Leo is I am, Aquarius is they. Pluto's all about individual agency and individual power, so of course it seems like he would probably be the loudest in the Leonic archetype and quietest in the collective Aquarian archetype. But I find it fascinating because even in his state of suppression, it's almost like his energy is dispersed. It is almost like it takes longer in the field for it to reach us. And I always notice that the peak manifestation of these Pluto and Aquarius transits takes place almost 24 hours to the minute. So for example, at the time of shooting this, Pluto and Venus connected in opposition at about 1:36 p.m. in the afternoon Pacific yesterday. But right around 1:30 today, there was a very, very undeniably intense Venus-Pluto opposition. And I also noticed a lot of the other Venus-Pluto symbolisms coming up more profoundly today in separation than in application or at peak perfection. So I'm curious for everyone that tracks these transits or is very compulsive like I am with tracking the time, seeing when they manifest, seeing when they show up. Like for example, I always notice that Mercury shows up a little prior to his perfection time. And again, he's really close to the sun, so there's some argument where he's so close to the energy being exuded that maybe he's showing up and crystallizing quicker, and Pluto's so far away that it takes longer to reach us. But I do wonder if this has to actually do more fundamentally with Pluto being in Aquarius, because from my knowledge and from what I remember, I don't remember Pluto in Capricorn showing up like a day, 2 days later, where it's like, wait, I thought this transit passed. Why is it just now feeling like it's peaking? Let me know how Pluto transits have been showing up for you. And if you're curious how Pluto and Aquarius as a whole is showing up in your life, you can book me one-on-one at the link in my bio. I'm not just an astrologer, I'm a divinator, and I'm a temple wellness mentor. So if you're looking to access your highest timeline of health, wealth, income, relationships with yourself, or simply looking to get in the best shape of your life, learning how to eat better, take care of yourself, the spiritual journey begins in the body. And that is what I'm here to help you with. You book me one-on-one at the link in my bio, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed, and I'll see you all there.